Real quick, you was obviously signed to Diddy. You was around Diddy. Gotta ask you, he recently was obviously arrested. Did you ever see anything? I know you told the story about him making Cassie get a haircut the way she did. Was you ever see anything leading to this? Never. Yeah.
Nah, man. So that's why for me, I'm like, God damn. I'm not, because one thing I can't do is sit here and say a man innocent. I'm not your guardian. I'm not watching you 24/7.
Yeah.
And I don't put nothing past a human. Nothing past a human. Because I've had some thoughts in my time to do something to people out of pain, out of hurt, or out of retaliation. And I know nobody would ever imagine me to do something like these thoughts that I've had myself.
Yeah.
So I don't put nothing past no human being. I don't care who you are, what you represent, walk of life you come from. I don't put nothing past human. And so I can't sit here and say somebody's innocent. Oh, I don't believe they did it. Do I believe Diddy did all this bad stuff? I don't think he did all this bad stuff. Could he have gotten beside himself a time or two in his life, in his past, in his rich-ass lifestyle, where motherfuckers throwing themselves at you, giving themselves to you? Was any of those moments convoluted with, maybe I'm doing too much, maybe we taking things too far, maybe this is illegal, maybe it's not? I don't know. I wasn't there. I never, you gotta think, this is the same nigga told me I couldn't put Knock It Out on my album.
What?
He said, yeah, Playboy, like, you know, we respectful, like, we respect the ladies. Like, I'm trying to make you like a Southern Mace. Like, you a Playboy. Like, we ain't gonna be disrespecting women and talking crazy. I said, okay, I ain't talking crazy to the women.
Yeah.
I'm talking that shit they want to hear.
Yeah.
I said, it's just me and you from a different generation. I said, I'm gonna see you some videos of me in concert doing this song that they don't even know a cappella. And I want you to look at their reaction to it. I sent that shit to him and come back, yo, Playboy's on the album. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? So he's a guy that I'm thinking not even on none of that type of time.
Mm-hmm. Right. Off of the energy
you
you got before,
so
yeah.
I'm like, damn, I just think, that's why he's so rich. He's, you know, people say he's bad business, man, woo, woo, woo. But look like shit kind of all right, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I'm just sitting back and watching this shit unfold.
Real quick before we get out of here, Donald Trump will be our president next year. What's your thoughts on that? And you know, are we better off or?
Okay, here's a guy who's lived 8 decades. He's like right at 80.
Yeah, 78, gonna be 79, so yeah.
He's lived 8 decades, right?
Yeah.
So once upon a time, wasn't no open gay marriage, wasn't no transgender shit like this. It wasn't no children changing their gender. We wasn't using pronouns. They, you know, it's so some stuff to him is probably so far fetched. He's perplexed. He's like, I'm changing that shit. We're going back to we got to get control of our kids. We got to regain control because the kids, by certain laws, are set up where they can defy the guardianship of their parent.
Yeah.
I think that's dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, and I think what's interesting is a lot of these things that he was leading with, he said it before. Mm-hmm. He said it, but you didn't really get a chance to hear these policies because he was so busy coming off as a tyrant, coming off as a person who was trying to just defend his credibility, his face card, because he got so much scrutiny behind his name that I didn't really hear policy much. Right. I wasn't going to his rallies, so I didn't hear the policy on his rallies. But now some of these things are coming out. It's like, he touched one with that. Like, if you're a child who has gone under the knife, you can go back and sue the doctors.
I seen that.
You know what kind of uproar that's gonna be?
Mm-hmm.
I heard today. Well, he said he was gonna do away with naturalization. He was gonna denaturalize these citizens who've been naturalized. So if you came here, you got your natural citizenship. However, if your parents came here, had you, and because you was born on American soil, you're American. Not really.
Yeah, he's saying that you ain't now.
You're not really.
Because your parents over here illegally.
They're over here illegally, right? Mm-hmm. So when people see that, you know, everybody's like, that ain't my race. That ain't my conversation. Okay, understood. But then here's something that I also seen them come back and say, hey, if you want to come over here and get your green card, this is how you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to come here and go to college. So, I mean, if we are going to give you American citizenship, right, you're going to have to go through college, through our college system, through our educational system, right? Now, what does that do? If they coming over here, then what does that mean? They're 9 times out of 10, they're going to have to get a loan.
Yeah.
So they have to get a loan. Now, that's more student
Debt.
Hey, that's more debt, right? So, well, this administration with Biden has been trying to help clear up some of your student debt.
Right.
He's about to give it back out to these migrants, or whatever the proper way to say it.
Yeah.
So he's thinking business.
Yeah.
And guess what? You're gonna pay that shit back.
Eventually.
No. You're gonna pay it back.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, your ass gonna get sent back, or your green card gonna get revoked. You got to see the gains and the shit. You got to see the economics and all of it too. So a lot of the stuff where you can sit back, if you can't understand it, you say, I see what's going on. But you also got to understand that. You ready for this?
I'm listening.
When we heard about the cops, police immunity, right?
Yeah.
You ready for this, right? You ready? Now they also got this open frisk and search.
You want to bring that back?
So what's the open frisk and search for, you think?
Black folks.
I don't even think it's for black folks. I think it's to keep us in line as well, but I also think it's for the migrants.
Yeah, I mean, immigrants too.
How am I going to know if you're illegal or not? But if I can just walk into your openly search, you ask for your information, boom, right? I have the right to do that now, right?
Right.
Which gets me closer to having immunity if I come up to you without probable cause and something goes wrong and I shoot and kill your monkey ass.
Yeah.
Now, you look at the landslide, it just slides right into the whole concept of immunity.
Yeah.
Because now if I just walk up to you today and try to search you and they go left and I bust your ass out, then they may have a case against the officer because that was an illegal search.
Today, though.
Today, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Now look how closer I'm gonna get you to the concept of immunity.
Yeah.
If you're allowed to walk up without probable cause
And do anything you want.
I could just come and frisk you. Hey man, come here. Hey, come here, man. It was a bulge in your pants. What? Excuse me? Yeah, man. I need to check out what you're packing. Hey man, come on, man. Put your goddamn hands right back. Damn.
We back to that.
Yeah.
And so, us and migrants. So there's a lot of things that you have to kind of sit back and kind of just watch for the hook because you know it's coming.
So you agree with some, and then you disagree with.
I agree with some of the stuff. It's just this guy's very brash.
Yeah.
It's very brash, and he'll say he don't care. He don't care.
Yeah.
But I do think that somewhere in there he wants to get back to a state where we regain control of the household
And common sense.
Yeah.
the school system. Because when he started talking about you can't, even as a teacher, tell a child that they could be a man or a woman, you can't even play with that shit.
Yeah.
You can't even goddamn, if you even talking about, if your school is even talking about giving something, they're gonna take away. You're gonna take provisions away. You're gonna take away federal aid and federal funding and all that shit.
Yeah.
So some of the stuff is kind of like, we'll say, he's stuck in his old ways. Like you heard people say, we ain't going back. And I think maybe that's where, on the Democratic side, we didn't shine as well because people are looking in the moment. Like when they asked her, I remember that was the interview, they asked Kamala, Vice President Kamala Harris, what is she gonna do different than the Biden administration? She said nothing. And that was an issue because at that moment, she still didn't want to make the Democratic Party look like, it hasn't been doing all it can do already to make it a better place. So she had to make it seem like we're still in a great place. But you got people out here who looking at the cost of eggs, it's goddamn $6 a carton. Unbelievable. Gas, when you start talking about premium gas, $4.89 a tank, like a gallon, it starts being like, wait a minute, you got to do something different because if you don't, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that stubbed the toe.
Yeah.
Like, I do think like he got some real brash ways of thinking, but what tripped me out was he won the popular vote. So it's a lot of people that feel the same way he kind of feeling. You see what I'm saying? Did you see that he want to bring back prayer in school also?
I did see that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this. Something very interesting. When I was in school, we prayed in school.
Well, yeah, we did too.
Yeah.
And I remember when they took prayer out of school.
Right.
That was definitely a change. That was definitely a change. And so I think that as a nation, society has evolved so much that there are certain concepts and ideals that we have allowed to evolve and progress. And some people, it's become their full way of life. So they don't see no way of going back. And just like he said, in the United States, we will now only, I don't want to use the word accept, we will only recognize
two genders.
Two genders.
Yeah.
Male or female. Because even now, under this administration right now, this bill just passed, I think Virginia, you can go and change your birth certificate to say that you are, if I identify as a female, I can go change my birth certificate. Especially if I've had a procedure done to say that I'm that. So imagine how I can dupe you. You meet me, you love me, you like, your friend's like, man, I don't know about Gloria, man. I don't know about Rashonda, man. Rashonda kind of like, oh man, she a lady, man. Nah, man. Rashonda got feet on her. Somebody's knuckles just so familiar. Oh man, baby, look, baby, I ain't want to bring this to you, baby, but you know how my friends keep on talking about you a man, baby. And I know you ain't no man, are you? Nah, I ain't no man. Sometimes your voice do sound, but I know, baby, I know you not know. So what you need me to do? You know what? We're going to go get my birth certificate. Not even the one I already have. We're going to go down here. I'm going to have to give me a copy of my birth certificate. And I'm going to prove it to you. Pull the birth certificate. That motherfucker say female.
And you don't even know.
You still don't know.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking, how they going to identify when war and they talking about drafting people again? How they going to identify
he just said no transgenders in the military.
In the military, too. Yeah, he already made that.
No men playing women's sports. Some of the stuff that he's like trying to correct is almost like
people don't want to go back, even with the
people don't want to go back. But then you sit back and you really like, well, damn.
Even with the abortion, I mean, people mad about that. Like, oh, what if, to a point where like if somebody get raped, but it's like it make people be more on point too. Watch what you do more.
You would think that.
Yeah.
You would think that, but not so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.